Well, joining me now is the author and commentator Angelica Mallet, Talk TV's Esther Krakau, and Fox News contributor Tomi Lahren. So, Tomi Lahren, let me start with you too.
All right, folks, today we're revisiting a classic moment from a year ago when Piers Morgan absolutely schooled transgender activist Angelica Mallet on International Women's Day. Piers took on the woke mob's absurdity head-on, exposing the ridiculousness of self-identification and the erasure of women. This is the clip that had everyone talking, and for good reason. So let's dive in and relive this iconic exchange.
How has it come that leaders of parties in countries like the UK, and we see a lot of it in America as well, just won't say what a woman is?
Well, first of all, I have to apologize to you because all of this wokeness originates here in the United States of America, and then we export it to you in the UK.
Yes, you're to blame.
So we started this really in America. Yes, we are. You know, the wokeness starts here, and then it, of course, moves over, and now you guys have to deal with it. The world has to deal with it. But I say this, I'm proud to celebrate International Women's Day because I know what a woman is. So I would say if you don't know what a woman is, you don't get to celebrate it. You don't get to pretend to be a feminist when it's helpful to you or helpful to your political narrative. You have to be able to define what a woman is. This is all a farce. They are seeking to erase women, and this is the radical rainbow mafia, as I call it. This is not your average LGBT activist. This is the rainbow mafia section of that radical LGBTQ movement that has made women less than, and then has elevated all of this transgenderism and all of this pick your gender, identify as potato.
Okay, let's just stop right here. Tomi Lahren just brought the hammer down. She absolutely destroyed the woke narrative, and I'm here for it. We've reached a point where people are seriously arguing that biology doesn't matter and that anyone can identify as anything. It's absurd. This isn't about being anti-LGBTQ. It's about standing up for the truth. And Angelica Mallet, she's just sitting there trying to defend this nonsense. Good luck with that.
They have hijacked the women's rights movement, the feminist movement, and actual feminists should be really pissed off about it.
Well, as a feminist, I am. I recently interviewed Angelica, the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, and I asked him this question, which seems to stump many other leaders. Here's the clip. What is a woman? We know that Nicola Sturgeon can't answer that. We know Keir Starmer can't answer that. You're the British Prime Minister. What is a woman?
Yeah, of course I know what a woman is, an adult human female.
It's not difficult, is it, Angelica? I mean, that is what a woman is.
I mean, I don't know why you're obsessed with defining it. Like, what is a man? Like, why do we need these arbitrary...
A man is a male, adult human. I mean, that's it.
Right, OK, I don't know that we need
these are just biological facts, but they're just facts. They're not arguable points, are they?
But I think we have a right to self-identify. And you said
as
you
what?
want to...
As what?
If you would like to be a woman, you can identify as a woman. I don't know why there is such an issue around...
Well, is it limitless, this self-identity?
It's not totally limitless.
What's the limit?
When you're talking about International Women's Day, I don't know why we take the conversation around International Women's Day and make it about this.
But if anyone...
There's so many benefits.
Right, but if anyone, according
to
to you, can identify as a woman, anyone can, right?
I don't see a problem with...
Just literally put their hand up and say, I'm a woman.
But it's not an easy thing to do, to go out into
Actually,
the world.
it's
very easy.
Incredibly easy.
You might think it's easy to say, but to decide to do that, to say
what
this
does
is
doing
who...
it involve?
Whatever that person decides, but to
Does
go
it
out
involve
into the
makeup?
world and say, I don't identify as perhaps the sex I
So
was
why
born
can't
as,
I
it's not-
identify... OK, why can't I identify as a black lesbian?
Well, firstly, I mean, it was...
Well, I'm serious. If I can identify as anything without any need to prove I'm actually what that is, why can't I, on International Women's Day, say I'm Piers Morgan, I'm a black lesbian?
I think taking it to a kind of absurd status,
I think
we're
that's
talking about quite a
with
strong
respect, I think
physical
that
change.
you'd already opened the absurdity door by saying it is limitless. You can do what you like. Anyone can say, I'm a woman. So I simply ask you, why can't I?
I mean, this point kind of ridicules trans people to an extent.
Actually, I think what you said ridicules trans people, because actually people who go through the full process of transition, who actually go through what we used to call a sex change, which I don't think you can muck around with original biology, but those who actually go through surgical procedure over a number of years, I've got great respect for that very difficult journey they go on. I had zero respect for people who just wallop their hand up and go, suddenly, I'm a woman and I want all the rights that a woman has and I want to compete, say, in sport. I'm a 6'4" athlete, sprinter, swimmer, whatever, who's competed very mediocrely in male sport, I now want to come in and crush women in swimming pools and in sprinting events and break all their records, perhaps irrevocably, just by saying, I'm a woman.
Piers just nailed it. This is the real issue with self-identification. It's not about compassion or inclusion. It's about men exploiting loopholes to dominate spaces meant for women. How is that fair? How is that progress? It's not. Piers is absolutely right to call this out. If you can just identify as a woman without any biological basis, then why stop there? The woke mob's logic is so flawed it's laughable, and Piers isn't afraid to say it.
I think that is the absurdity you were talking about. My response was to say, well, if it's limitless, why can't I then say whatever I want to say? And you say immediately, as I knew you would, well, that's ridiculous. But my point is, you were being ridiculous.
Well, that's your opinion. You can think I'm ridiculous, but I don't think you can say, well, it has to...
I don't know why I am, but you're not.
We should be talking about actual women on International Women's Day. That's not crazy.
I mean, I agree. I think, but your idea of an actual woman...
The chromosomes. It's pretty
It's an adult female. It's not difficult.
The chromosomes are a pretty good indication.
I don't think you have to be biologically female to identify
Then
as a
you are
woman.
wrong, because then I can identify as a fox.
Yeah.
But again, it's
You
a kind
can.
of absurd point. What does the future look like? How do we create a compassionate space? So I think to your question at the start, like, what is a woman and why politicians wouldn't answer it? They're so scared of getting it wrong. And
Well,
I think
people are scared because the mob come for them.
Exactly.
And the mob needs to just go away and shut up. Happy International Women's Day. I am a woman. It's a farce. Anyway, Angelica, lovely to see you. Thank you very much. Esther, going to see you a bit later on. Tommy, always good to have you over at the pond. International Women's Day. There you are. A fine example of a genuine woman. Correct?
Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Identify as a woman. I am a woman. And that's how this thing works, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. Thank you, Tommy Lehrer.
There you have it, folks. Piers Morgan wrapping this up with a bow. Happy International Women's Day. I am a woman. It's a farce. Couldn't have said it better myself. What did you think of Piers Morgan's and his friends' take? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I'll see you in the next one.